Mr. MK is in the house. His fingers don't fly over that screen quite as quickly as mine do, but I'll tell you what, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I fake it well.
The lights are a little bright here on camera. I'm sorry about that, guys, but we've got one of our education panels down here, and let's take a look at what he's stitching.
Oh, it went over the thread.
Oh, that's okay. Hit pause, honey. You can hit pause. There you go. So the machines also have pause delay. It's a feature that we don't use actually that much, but I can give a little demo on that. All right, here we go. Oh, we have had a lot of interest in our machines here at the show this weekend. Again, I'm sorry about that light. It's very bright in the camera.
Oh my God.
So it looks good. And look at this couching that I did over here. I brought some yarn with me and we were demonstrating it yesterday, and it was a huge hit. So we put a fresh panel on today, and let me tell you a little bit more about this lettering set that I used and how I did the couching. All right, everybody, so I'm having Mr. MK just video me a little bit on how exactly I started with this couching. This is just some Bernat baby blanket, really squishy, thicker weight yarn, and I have just my glide foot on today. Now, of course, we do have the full set of couching feet, but this is very chunky yarn, and the hole in the glide foot is absolutely perfect for what I'm doing with this heavier yarn. And just as I'm mentioning this yarn, I did a class on the university site. Ellen and I did a quilting play class on the quilt called Meadow, oh, I always get it wrong. Meadowland, I think was the name of it. I will drop the link below. But I did that quilt, I did all of the quilting, and then I decided it needed a little something else. So I couched on top of what I had already done on that quilt, and it turned out really awesome. So that's where I got the idea to do this. So Paul was wondering how I got this started, and that's always the trick, like how are we gonna get the quilting or the yarn into the foot and the thread pulled up and the like. So the first thing is I am gonna open up a design that we stitched yesterday. It's a really cute flower design. It's a free one in the block library. Let me just find it. I don't remember the exact name of it. There it is. This one, Spiral Bloom Block. All right, we took a little break. They were having a Quilt of Valor presentation, so it afforded me an opportunity to resize this little flower a little bit. I put it inside of an area just up here somewhere on my quilt. So it's not gonna match one of these hexies. I'm just going to couch this flower down. So the way that I have found the most success is I'm just watching my screen. I'm getting myself close to the start point, and I'm starting with a pull-up like I normally would do. All right, then I'm coming in with my yarn. Mr. MK, you might want to come in just a little bit closer. And I'm feeding this yarn between the needle bar and the hopping foot bar. Okay, now I'm coming underneath the needle. I'm going to do another needle down, needle up. That traps the yarn in the thread, and now I'm just going to move the machine slightly, hold on to my threads, and that allows me to get my yarn through the glide foot. Okay, and then I'm going to come back to where I know that it's going to start. I'm just going to take a little bit of slack out of that. And just to let you know, I am on 13 stitches per inch. That's what I normally stitch on. So that's what I've got. And under my gear and my settings for OptiStitch, I have slowed the speed and acceleration down. And I am going to stand here and babysit this a little bit and help the yarn get fed through the needle. All right, so I am going to do some tie-offs. I have the pull-up on, but I don't need the pull-up auto turned on. So there we go. It's going to do a little tie-off, and then I am going to pause it just so that I can clip those threads, and they got run over a little bit there. That's okay. This is couching. It's all going to be couched down anyways, and it's fine. All right, and I'll cut my threads here. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna babysit a little bit and help this yarn through the foot. So the other thing, you guys, about doing pro stitcher designs with couching, whether you're using the glide foot like I'm using here or whether you're using the actual couching feet, you want to go ahead and pick your design very carefully. You want a design that is a bit more of an open type of design. You don't want anything with a lot of curly whirls or a lot of overstitching, spirals, that type of thing. But if you choose your pattern correctly, it really adds a lot of really fun texture to your project. And this type of thing would be a really great application for like a bag or a vest or some sort of jacket, purse, that type of thing. Mr. MK, if you would come in once again and just show them this beautiful lettering that I did with the couching. And that lettering is from a digital set from Pro Stitcher Patterns. It's called the Letterman alphabet, and those started out at 8 inches tall. I did a little bit of adjusting on them. So although I could have done everything that I did to get that stitched out, I could have done it on the tablet. Of course, I have my laptop here at the show. I've got my MKDI product pulled up on my laptop, so I was able to find my alphabet, choose the letters that I needed, and then I opened them up in, let me just get myself to, as I'm doing this one-handed, I did a little bit of layout of the letters in simulation. I realized that the spacing wasn't exactly what I wanted on these letters, so I took it into Designer right on my laptop. I did a little bit of adjusting on the spacing, and then I saved it, put it right on a USB stick, and took it right over here to the machine to stitch. Now, if I said that a little bit quickly for you, why don't you join me on the next live Q&A? It's going to be at the end of the month. It's the last Monday in February because we're busy with shows until then. I don't have that date right now. It's the last Monday in February, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on MK Quilts University, and I will go over these steps of setting up the alphabet, how I did the point-to-point, how I adjusted it in Designer, how I saved it, and all of that. All right? I think that's it. Yesterday afternoon, we had finished up one of our panels. There were some Girl Scouts here selling their cookies, and they came over and they were so excited to try the machine, so I let them do some couching, I let them do some stitching. Their mom gave us permission to do some posting of their pictures, so I'll drop a little bit of that here, and they held up their panel and they were so cute. We just let them take it home with them. So you guys, it's been a really great show. It's really cold in here. I'm gonna drop a picture that I took of myself yesterday with gloves on. Yeah, it's literally freezing in here. It's a little bit of a rainy day in Florida, but it's been a really great show. We have gotten a lot of interest in our machines. So if you are interested in a machine, now's the time to buy. Here, give us a call. We're gonna be in Daytona a week from this weekend. And so we are just hoping that these machines are gonna start flying out the door and coming to live and work at your home studio. All right, well, it's starting to get busy here. I think I better get back to the machine and the customers. That's all we've got for you this morning. Mr. MK is behind the camera. So from him and I and the West Pasco Quilt Guild's Pocket Full of Sunshine Quilt Show to you. Happy quilting, everybody. Bye-bye.